Hi, welcome back to the NLP Learning video channel in Acme Achievers. This is Jackie, your preferred NLP coach. Now, have you ever dragged yourself to work in the morning and feeling so inadequate and daunted by your daily task? Oh, you know what? Have you ever, struggled to keep yourself motivated because you're constantly procrastinating at the workplace? Now, if you're into business yourself or you are currently a self-employed, have you ever felt so frustrated in your life now just because now the amount of the kind of results and the rewards that you're getting in your business does not actually justify the amount of time and the effort that you put into it? Now, welcome back to part 2 of our video, which is the NLP and modeling. Now, in the first part of this video, we have already touched on the importance of the tapping into the 80-20 rule, right? The 80-20 rule, which simply states that 20% of what we do in our lives actually gives us only about the 80% of our desired outcomes. And yet, as many as 80% of the things we do in our life actually give us only 20% of what we actually want to see in our life. So, in this video, you might be asking, so how is it possible for me to tap into the 80-20 rule, or sometimes known as the Pareto principle? So in this video, let me introduce you to one of the world's most exciting profiling tools I've ever come across. At least, it appeals to me. And it's known as the Wealth Dynamics. Now, what is the Wealth Dynamics? Now, we can actually trace the roots of the Wealth Dynamics to the ancient Chinese philosophy. In fact, some 2,500 years before Western psychometric testing, became even popular. So, through the Wealth Dynamics profiling tool, now you're able to find your natural wealth creation path. We say the path of least resistance, now so that you can constantly be able to find more flow in your life. But first and foremost, now what exactly is this concept of flow about? So let me sell to you this idea of discovering and identifying your own wealth dynamics profile. Now, because life is never going to be the same for you again. Now, the moment you discover what this flow is all about. So first and foremost, what is this flow all about? Now, if I may actually represent this idea of flow in an acronym, it will be FLOW. So what is F? Now, F simply means this freedom. Now, having the freedom to do what we love. I mean, isn't freedom what everyone truly values in our life? And think about this buzzword known as financial freedom. Right, we hear so much about this concept known as financial freedom. So it simply tells us that many of us actually are longing to find more freedom in our lives. Even say, Jack, this is not for me, I'm after financial security. Now then my question to you will be, why are you ultimately after financial security? Now, isn't it true that you ultimately want that financial security so that it would be able to give you the freedom, right, to do what you truly love in your life? Yeah, when you feel secure, you actually feel free to do what you like in your life. So freedom is that something that we want to have so much in our life. Now yet, if you begin to ask the so many people around us, now you may be amazed to realize as many as 90%, I would say even 95% of the people I've actually spoken to are actually not happy with their current jobs, right? So most people take their jobs as just simply a job, a vehicle for them to get to where they want to be. Well, you know what, but isn't it so tiring if you're going to spend probably half your life doing something that you truly dislike in your life? So I truly believe that your ability to find that flow in your life starts with discovering what is something that you truly feel so passionate about doing. Even you could be doing it for free. Because this richest people in this world, if you start interviewing some of the richest people in this world, now rarely do they do anything out of money alone, but it's that driving the passion that actually drives them constantly forward. Now, moving on, of course, that leads us to the next, the word in the acronym, L. Now, what is L? L to mean leverage. Well, you know what? If what you have been doing so far ever feels like hard work to you, alright, and you're feeling like there's so much resistance, now there's only one answer. Now, you're just probably not leveraging enough. Now, leveraging what? Leveraging probably your own talents, your natural abilities, as well as the talents of your team members. Alright, so as we mentioned earlier on, many of us actually gave up our freedom to do what we truly love in our lives, and just because the people around us have been telling us that, hey, you know, this is the path for you, you know, because a sales is something that you know, will bring you this big bucks. And yet, you know what, as you start discovering, now what the wealth dynamics actually help us is to discover what our innate talents are. Now, I truly believe that everyone is born in this world with a talent and a gift that they are here to, you know, to share with the people around them, and thereby after which they are able to find the right team members, right, to be able to form this powerful synergy. Now, so that together everyone achieves more. Now, this is what team is all about. TEAM. Together everyone achieves more. But how is it possible for us to do that? Now, that is where the wealth dynamics come in. Now, through the wealth dynamics profiling tool, you will be able to discover what you're truly best at doing, now, so that you can actually start delegating now what you dislike, you know, to your team members who could probably do it so much better than you. Doesn't it sound cool? Right, then of course, you know, after finding this freedom and leveraging on your team as your own talents, now it brings us to this next O, which is known as the opportunities. Now, what do I mean by opportunities? Now, there's one main difference between people who are highly successful, the achievers, and people who get ordinary results in their life. Now, it seems to me that while the people who are highly successful tend to be constantly attracting opportunities into their life, now people who live mediocre lives tend to be constantly chasing after opportunities. So, would you rather be chasing after opportunities, or would you actually rather like to be attracting opportunities into life? Let's say, Jack, now why is it so that people who are highly successful attract opportunities? Now, do they not need to chase after opportunities? Now, it's for one simple reason. Now, as you start playing your own game, now in Wealth Dynamics we talk about playing the game that you are naturally best at playing, and the more you start playing this game, that is where you get more and more into flow, and you start actually creating better results in your life. So, and then you know what, as you start playing the game more and more often, that is where you truly become a master at it, isn't it so? So when you truly become a master at anything, now what happens next is that your value starts to increase. That's exactly so. Now, so as your value starts to increase, now because you're playing this game so much better than the many people around you who are not playing one game but were so scattered, right, all over the place. Now, you know, this is where the people would actually come to you, because this is where you actually create your value most. And ultimately, all of this actually lead us to this winning momentum. Yeah, this is FLOW, this winning momentum. Now, what's something that I just want to share with you about winning is this. Well, winning is a momentum, because the more you start winning, and the more you start getting into your flow, and you know what, this is a cycle, you know, a positive cycle that you just simply enjoy this cycle of winning over and over and over again. So, that is exactly what this concept of flow is all about. So, if you are truly keen to find out what your natural wealth creation path is, and how this 5,000-year history profiling tool can actually help you to amass your fortune in your very own unique way while actually enjoying the process, right, stay tuned to our part 3 of the video, as we'll be sharing with you this remarkable tool and the 8 natural paths that you can follow to create the wealth for yourself. Till we meet again, remember to live with passion and unleash the star in you.